It's now the 3rd of March. I think last time it was still Feb, so I missed a few days again. It's just, um, said before, kind of got the hair kind of what it kind of looks alright, I think. But it's still not as clean as I want it to be, if you know what I mean. Like, I kind of want to, like, all that topology there is something I can give it just texture on, I think. I'll do this here. I'm pretty sure that this part here is yeah, I don't like how that's come across, to be honest. I want to try and go back and watch 2 AM's video of her again. We did it before, but I decided not to because, like says, I wanted like this topology before. But again, I think about it, it's like it doesn't need to be like that. It really should be textured on. So I'm gonna go back, redo it again for like what 7th, 8th time, and this time stick it through, do the texture, and if I don't like it, come back and do this one. Um, just yeah, that's rewatch the video again and start from there all over from scratch. I says I'm going to try his one, but like the offshoots that he does himself, I'm going to try to do like a path and an array modifier, and just make it as long as I want. And then after I apply the mesh with the array or whatever it is, then I would probably just sculpt it down to be the right size. Instead of trying to get like a perfect curve myself using what is it, proportional editing. So get this part up here. Yeah, back to I watched this video. I have watched this video over 4 or 5 times now. It's kind of funny. Did this one. Get the convert. I do full hurricane. Okay. Start time. The one. Turn off. Add.
Don't know
Yeah,
this,
yeah,
but
yeah. So,
most 3D anime games publish their models for free download. And on
yeah.
this channel, we take full advantage of that. So welcome to yet another episode where we look at these said models up close to learn from them and reverse engineer the possible methods used to create them. Whenever I boot into the wide open worlds of Anime Gacha, I'm amazed by what they're able to create by taking a primarily 2D art form and bringing it to life in 3D, especially when they create complex outfit and hair designs. Because when you load up the model to take a closer look, you'll be impressed to notice that the entire hair
Again, like that. Let's see how big it is there. Yeah. So that texturing, like that looks amazing, and that's what I want. But I don't know how to texture that, so I'm trying to do topology, but I shouldn't because if I just got better texture, I wouldn't have to do all this extra jump through hoops and stuff like
Because
that.
when you load up the model to take a
Let me see.
closer look, you'll
It's
be
just
impressed
flat.
to notice that the entire hair structure is one neatly closed mesh, and not a bunch of scattered, overlapping, and open hair strands that are common when people create their models with the path curves technique.
Yeah, this is the same with my one.
Now, this isn't to say that technique is bad, because it's fast, intuitive, and for most hobby and freelance 3D modelers, it gets the job done. But there are many reasons where something like this is more optimized. It's a full hairstyle consisting of a single harmonized mesh. Not only does that look very polished and professional, but it's fundamentally airtight. A fully closed mesh is much easier to rig and won't ever fall victim to the various small issues that could occur.
Yeah, like clip in stuff like that. That's the reason I want to do it. The reason I want to learn this more thing is because I want to do the rig and I want to do animations, and that's the part that I have trouble with. What needs to be mesh? What needs to be separate? What is better to keep separate? Like for me, stuff like accessories, which you just want to like remove and change. Like the the monocle here. Don't know if that's even showing anything. I'll get it up here. Can't really see it, but maybe I'll show it up there at the top right then. Yeah, the monocle on that guy. Like this would always be an accessory. It would never actually be part of the body. It would never be part of like the of like this eyeliner, the clothes. It'd always be its own thing. I just realized these are separate too. I should really probably put these together. Or, yeah, probably put them together. Okay, back to video.
Using unconnected open hair strands, such as export, lighting, and performance issues. And this is pretty much the standard if you're ever planning to work in said 3D anime game studios. But how do the pro 3D modelers do this? It might seem intimidating to create an object this complex. But here's a secret. Every complex object can be recreated in just 3 simple steps. If you can recognize the basic shapes of it, know how to make those shapes, and know how to combine those shapes, you can make anything you imagine. And I mean anything, not just hair. Now, while I don't claim that the method I'm about to show you is the exact one they use for their models, here's what I managed to create using a simple reverse engineered method, which similarly results in a single organized mesh. So I'll let you be the judge if this is suitable for your needs. So to begin, let's take note of a couple things. Cantarella's hairstyle is made up of 2 basic shapes, and variations of them. Seriously. We've got the half sphere for the top of the hairstyle, and all of the hair strands are just glorified rectangles. And don't worry, we'll show you how to make those rectangles fancy. The only other thing to note for now is how the hair flows outward from this angle, but more importantly from this angle as well, giving enough clearance for the shoulders because these type of games don't usually rely on real-time hair physics, and so they commonly avoid clipping issues by just going away from.
What he means by real-time hair physics is they don't have an inbuilt collision modifier for like the rigging, so they gotta sit there for the rigging so it can actually follow it easier. It's something simple, but I wouldn't know that if I hadn't actually looked into a wee bit about rigging. It's like the cloth physics in Blender. Like you turn it on, do the keyframes, the cloth physics will actually do that for you. But that wouldn't be imported like the VR chat or something like that. You would actually want the rigging itself. So
the body. Now create a new project and spare the default cube because that's our best friend. Select it and add a subdivision surface modifier to it. Crank levels viewport up to 3 and apply. We created a sphere that is better than the stock sphere that Blender creates because it has better topology. Press Alt-Z to toggle transparency, press Tab to enter edit mode, and now select and delete the bottom half of the sphere as well as one side of it. What we're left with is the base for the back half of the hairstyle. Now Alt left click the bottom of it and press E and drag that down to extrude it. Then press Ctrl R to create a loop cut around this area. Now press 2, which will switch edit mode from vertices to edge mode. And while holding shift, select these edges. Next, press V, and this will split those edges off, thus creating separate hair strands. Pull up your search function, which is either F3 or spacebar depending on your version, and look for a function called extrude faces along normals, then drag it inwards. So now our hair base is no longer flat. Now let's separate these hair strands from the base by selecting this edge and pressing V again. Select everything, then press P to bring up the separate menu and select separate by loose parts. Now we've got separate strands to work with and we can work on them one at a time. For this strand, I'll press Ctrl R, drag my scroll wheel up
it's
until
hard actually. You've already sculpted the head and stuff like that. Can you just copy the head thing? So we'll find out. I'll do it this way anyway. Or is it? Turn it off, right? But that's the thing. Like this is the part I'm not learning the fucking hairline thing. Like would this be the better hairline part? I just really fucking these pieces of shit here. Shift, yeah, shift, drag, okay. Pick that part. I mean, he's quite bulky, didn't he? So where's the body gone? See, I don't know what the thickness, where the RLHB, where's this, what's that? That's fucking fundamental shit.
3 loop cuts, splitting it into 4 segments. Then I'll select the bottom and merge it so that it creates that point. Let's loop cut one more time and drag this one all the way down using Alt left click and GG to slide it. Let's give our hair strand some volume by pressing S plus a dimension to scale it along the axis. I do this along both the X and Y axis, so it has volume from the back and the sides. And now I'm gonna create a lot more loop cuts.
Yeah, a lot more loop cuts. So I was thinking, alright, probably be wrong, but see, let's get the fucking front right. So, see, I wanted the mean that that's how we do this here, right? Like so. Okay. So would I do an array modifier? Or would I make it her strand and then connected? I'm trying to figure out the best way to do this. Cause it's basically what he did in his video here. So trying like, is there a way to do that? Like, it's like the way I was doing it before, right? Where I was reconnecting it. I kind of want to do that again, except now I will be doing it to these parts. So if I was to do one, I would want it to be, you know, like this width, and then I get to follow it along this line here. So I can't remember. Get to follow that line there. So I wanted like, fuck, I'm just figure out how to do this, and then I'll. Busier, busier, is it there? So attachment busier. Okay, so now I did this one. No, not that one. It's just. Obviously, that's not gonna fly. Two. What's one look like? One is 4 size, two is its size. Okay. Check again. So what I would want to do is store that shit inside. So right up here. Hide, god damn it. like that. I want this stuff to be done here. Like that. Put that. Just move it over to the side. Just fucking hate how that looks. I don't. You know, it's more of a video. But what I mean to do is something like so. I would do like this, and then I would convert. To mesh, okay. Then I would go click this one, and click this one, and Control J. Of course you would. Do this, get together. The crown, obviously, you would have. Probably put up to the next here. Something like that. No, it's like shit. Well, I'm back to watching the video again. I need to. I just don't like the way. Then there's gotta be a different way to do that part. So let's go back and do that. Give her this again. So let's do this. Start now and do this then. Search path curve array. So now I get the scan. It's down here, over here again. And the typical one to there. Just leave out there. $27. Wait, what? Oh, just set origin to Drupal 3. Okay, so back there now. Not, not what I wanted. So, what this? So hide that for a second. If I was to delete these, I don't really care about the angle, to be honest. Angle would be nice to mess with, but I don't really care too much about it. Try this again. Mm-hmm. Huh, whatever. I don't know. I just don't really know what to do. Back to watching this video. I'm gonna watch the whole video and then see what we go for again.
Around 10 to
I feel
15
like
for
there
each
should be a better
segment.
way to do. Well,
Add
not a
slightly
better, but
more or less
easier way.
depending on how much detail will be in that specific part of the strand. I planned that the tip will be curved, and so when we sculpt it, we'll need more geometry in that area. Now, I said I'd tell you how to make these strands fancy and do things like twists and curves. So Alt left click this top edge and search for the function cursor to selected. Tab back into object mode, and while that strand is selected, press Ctrl A, then select all transforms to apply all the transforms. Then search for the function origin to cursor. This sets the origin point to the top of the strand, and now on the right hand side, add a modifier to it called Simple Deform. Select Z as the axis, and now you can see that the hair strand is slightly twisted, and you can adjust how much it twists by increasing or decreasing the angle. And when you're happy with the results, you can click that right drop down arrow and apply the modifier. Now let's go over to sculpt mode. Press G to select your grab tool, and we will now begin to work on this. Like we mentioned earlier, the back hair will go outwards and downwards to be able to clear the shoulders. So get sculpt.
So that part there, right. So if I go back here. Again. Right, I think it's got to do with the fucking because I rotated this 90 degrees. So I just rotated this 90 degrees. Haven't applied the transformation, but then I applied the transformation. That fucks over everything. So, figured out. Yeah, so Y rotation. So show the all transformations. Okay, turn this off. Turn this off. Turn this off. Turn this off. Get rid of that. Get rid of that again. Okay. I'm so confused. Why is it in there? Why the fuck is it up there? What is going on? My head is pickled. Just go ready to form. Extrude thing. Path curves. It would have stopped them from doing a path curve, but what he's doing there now. To keep the curve. Instead of screwing it over with proportional editing, it might not be a good perfect curve, you know. It doesn't have to be perfect, obviously, but you know, it's still a lot better than me doing it by hand with no experience. Just everything I do just looks like shit. Watch the whole video. You know, it says wallowing in despair. Watch the whole video. I didn't realize you could see. Well, I'm glad you didn't see what I did there, because I didn't want anyone to see what I did.
With that grab brush and use the bracket buttons to change the brush radius, tweaking them exactly how you want to. Now I'm doing it from the side, and I suggest not only looking at from the back and the side, but in the in-between angles as well, so that you can see how it looks from every angle and ensure it looks good from every angle. I'm now tweaking the tip, pause, but this is why multiple loop cuts in that area comes in handy, so that that small part can stay malleable. Now I usually don't join all my strands until later, but I'll show you how to do it now. Basically select both edge loops where it would connect, so the top of the hair strand and the bottom of the base. Then search for the function bridge edge loops. What I like to do is select this middle edge and dissolve it, not delete it, sorry. And then re-add that loop cut so that it's just a smoother transition. In object mode I did shade smooth by angle. Not really necessary, but it looks nice. Now you only need to know one more thing, which is how to create offshoot strands, which are just the strands originating from a strand. I'll start by making one near the top of this hair strand, pressing 3 to enter face select mode and deleting a face where I want it to originate from. Press 1 to go back to vertice mode and select the 2 top vertices of that open face. Then press E to extrude it down diagonally. Add a loop cut to it if you want to maintain quads, and select all 4 points of it and press F to create faces on both sides of it. This creates the opening for your offshoot strand, which you can just extrude out of. And then you just follow the same steps as before, which were separating the strand, loop cutting it, merging the end, then adding volume to it by scaling on the sides and back, loop cutting it some more. Then if you want to twist it, you gotta set the origin point as we showed you, add the simple deform modifier, tweak it how you want it to, then head over to sculpt mode and start sculpting it just like we did to the other one. Taking note of the outward and downward direction as we mentioned, and avoid clipping with the other hair strands, unless you intentionally want to do that. And when you're done, bridge edge loops, and then adjust the transition. Do this for each opening until you get a full hairstyle. You can create each strand individually, or you can duplicate strands if you want. For the front half, it's the same thing. You can even duplicate your back hair base. Just note that at the front, around this area is where you'll want to cut off. And these are my usual cutoffs for the front of the hair and the side parts of the hair. And it'll just be the same thing. You create openings at the top, you extrude out of those openings, and let me show you how I usually do my front strands. Starting off with, of course, your basic rectangular prism, and then I can usually go into sculpt mode, create a curvature from the front and from the side as well. Usually following the shape of the sphere. I'm gonna dissolve this one edge right here to create the slope that I want. And that's good for a single front strand, but you can also split it like this using V. Tweak this side so that it becomes a split strand with two pointy edges. Then you can select two bottom vertices from the open face and spam the F key until it's all closed up. Make sure you bring the tips closer together from the side as well. Now, if your edges end up looking crooked, you can use the relax tool. This will get you a nice clean curve. And if you can't find the relax tool, then it's you that needs to relax, because you just need to go to edit, preferences, add-ons, search for loop tools, and just tick this box. Then in your edit bar on the right hand side, you can find loop tools and relax here, where you can just add it to your quick favorites. So now that you have pretty much all the tools you need to create your own hairstyle, let me walk you through what I did for my project. I've got the base created, and now I'm creating my first strand. And for this particular...
Right. It's just... How big's the hair strand? How much topology do you want? How do you do that? How do you do this? I don't know. Mine just always looks bad. Like his... His coming down to basically where the eyebrows are, right? So... Kind of can't really see it there, but... So I can learn the eyebrows are. Like, mine's way up there. Like, mine's not anywhere near that far down. Is that the problem? I might not bring it down enough, or am I going crazy? There's big enough gap there, my own hair. I don't fucking know. It's enemy hair, though. Should this like be down to here? Is that what the problem is? Is that where I'm going wrong this whole time? So I could do it like that actually. Oh well, yeah, that flattens out a wee bit more. Makes it more malleable this way. Yeah, okay. That's okay. Maybe that's what I was doing wrong. Grab this over here. You can kind of see, yeah, that would just like just play it the mesh, and I can just connect it nice and easy, I think. I can still combine it there. What the fuck? There's a power combine. So there are ones I still haven't did. That's this. So if I was just now cursor to selected, object, set origin to the cursor, go back to this one, edit this one, go this one, go this one. Search is selected, okay, and then I click this one, and then I go selection, cursor, and that moves the origin over there. Okay, that's here. I go to this one now. Get this one. Get this one. Where's my modifiers? So that's doing that now. So if I was to now go this and go to edit mode, would it probably deform like I'm hoping it would? It would. So, okay, so test. So that's I was gonna see it was test, right? So that test and test mesh. So I always refer to that. Okay, so that yeah, so I kind of that works there too. I've kind of realized what the problem with this was. I just squish it a bit more, does it do that, and then I could just, as it says, right there, just did that. And then I would just say, well, then just convert the mesh. Okay, and control J and then days. Grab Z. Down with here. Grab Y. Can't fucking do it. I don't fuck it. God damn it. There's gotta be a way to. Global. Local. Normal. Whatever. We'll just go with whatever we're doing here now. Okay, before we just do this. I'm probably gonna. I'm not gonna have much time. Like I'm. And it would be yeah. Just where's that? There we go. Where's it last? Where's it last? Where's it last? Where's it center? Last keep the volume. Where's it last? Keep volume. Where's it last? I could just delete that whole part. Could be fine as well. Which yeah. Okay, I like that. Could I'll size the top bigger. Let's see again. So, what to say? Just want to just want to give this one a wee go at the offshoot as well before I go any further. So the offshoot would probably be something like that. Yeah, I made it way too small again. I'm just overly fucking up every goddamn time. That would be like an under one. This could be an offshoot one. Like the hair can literally just. Just just to make sure I can like continue with this maybe in the future. So this one would be, say it's there, and then I want offshoot, so quit the mesh, okay. Control J, okay. Edit mode. Um, say I wanted to, join here. Obviously, since we don't need them ones to the side, so just dissolve those edges. I have to give myself trouble, don't I? Now I'm doing what I didn't want to do because I fuck up the volume. Yeah, let's go. I just want to test stuff here, so that would need that one. Go back to this one and back to here. And the CST shows too. Honestly, hi, let me make life difficult for yourself. Bicyclogen. Turn off your fucking predator. Turn off if you're predator. Turn off if you're normal. Turn off. Turn off. I know it can work. I know it can work. I know it can work. But definitely, definitely be a better way to do it. There has to be a better way to do it. There always is a better way to do it. Just don't know how to do it. I guess part here is like I made it way too small as well because I'm like, oh, I got a big part here. So I don't know why now. Why would you make it? Why would you do that? Why would you do something smart? God damn it. Right there. Yeah, why is that there? Yeah, I need to get better at just doing the path thing. Cause I've had the path come there properly. Would have worked out much better. So if I go back, blah, 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 remove this again, yes, delete this, yes, back, again, yes, delete, and all these stuff. Okay. I don't know what. Like, okay, again, okay, so I would shift, duplicate this, bring this over here, okay. Bring this over here, okay. Up here, okay, then go in here, okay. I'll just bring the size up there, yeah. A bit bigger too. And then I would yeah, don't be stingy with that. Just do that, you know what I mean? Just like that, and then yeah, so here to the side, over here again. So this nice, this nice. Oh, you know, it's obviously I want to bring this like say bring this down to here. Put the mesh now, okay. Control J again, okay. Put in here, okay. Yeah, I just suck at doing this part. That's obviously looking a lot better than what I tried before, but still don't like it. You know, obviously move this up. Like,
particular case, I'm using proportional editing to add more volume towards the bottom. Then I go ahead and add the loop cuts and set the origin. and do my twisting and sculpting. This one won't be as twisted as the example I showed you earlier. Just gonna mirror it to the other side with a mirror modifier because
Step up for a second. So that's assume I'm doing what I'm doing, right? No, he's got his thing over there, so that's muted this thing instead of actually getting rid of it. So let's just assume. So if I was to do this again and I wanted one like to be that long, this is way like say it went to the way there. Oh, so what are we way down here? Right. Okay. So then I will click these two. Like, well, subdivide. Okay. Well, I want to be up here now. Subdivide. Okay. And obviously, well, I need some more subdivide. So there's more subdivision there. Subdivide again. I understand his one is like to try and get rid of using path curves, but path curve I kind of want to like combine them. Yeah, combine them is what I'm trying to say. So do that there. Then I was thinking I want to. So yeah, so that, and then I'll. Again. Then from probably where your control twisted, turn off that proportional edit and I, so control to it. Don't ask me why I'm doing this for this formula character right now. I just wanna get stuff going. So let's do that and then. So that would be. Thinking. So that was to turn this off nice. I can see it. So it's gonna do the one. So just makes it a square. This is basically the same as a screw now, honestly. But unlike the screw doesn't have to be like perfect angle rotations. Um,
Most of this hairstyle will be symmetrical.
just how does he get it to look so nice? That's what I want to know. How do you get it to be so? Was it you said the relax tool or something like that, didn't they? Relax splinters. Can you do that? And it's mesh relax because it's not a mesh. It wouldn't work. It sucks. I was kind of could. Yeah, his hairstyle looks so much better. How does he do it? I'll learn it. I will learn it. I want to learn it. So that's this, right? So that's just delete all this again, right? And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start again from scratch here, right? Filler in the front. So here's from the front. So do I have it up? Okay, thank God. So I want to. So I want to grab this one and down to here, and this one down to here. No, so get this one and bring it out. And I would want this one to be out to here and to be down to here. So that'll be subdivide. So in here, a bit better. Control C F9. So if I just go to Object, convert to Mesh, right? Go in here, and I was to sharp. It does look more like his one, a bit more.
Then I add another strand. We'll speed through this a little more because it's the same process as before. And set the origin and do my twisting and sculpting.
Alright, so looking at that, let's get it bigger for you. Look at that. Okay, I think man's got a less topology again, yeah. Yeah, he's got. Okay, so. It's quite a lot more. If you look, yeah, compared to mine, it's like it's not. Am I just trying to make it too mainstream or whatever? Like he's got like 2 lines down here too. Like so if I was to. It's like I just don't really know like what this. I mean, it doesn't really do anything for me. Um. Then this one could be. Yeah, you know what I mean. It's just that's why I can't get back. I just don't want to do Blender because I'm just stuck all the time. If it was gonna eat at me, can eat at me and eat at me. Hmm. Yeah. Okay. Patience. A lot of it. Yeah, the comments. A lot of it is the impatience, which I agree. I am impatient though, even though I'm stubborn about it. But it says for me, it's the I can't visualize how a texture is gonna make something like this bad look good because I just haven't really did it enough. Which is why I want to make one like I'm trying to make one that looks, just follow this, get the dome head, make it look like a goddamn fishing bowl or whatever it is, and then texture it to see if I get texture to go there. Which is what I'm supposed to be doing now, but even doing that, it's kind of like I still don't want it to look as bad as this looks. Like I don't. I want the curves to be nice curves, stuff like that, which I can't seem to do. But even with path curve array screws, nothing seems to be working. I'm just not finding the combination that I am happy with. For all I know, is that what I'm doing now, I could be happy with. I actually finished it, but I'm still not going to have it because I'm not using texture to cover it up the unhappy parts. It's just I kind of need to. What I think I kind of need to just follow a tutorial that, even if I'm not happy with it, as long as it looks the same as the tutorial, and I finish it, I might come to like it. Instead of insisting on doing it my own way whenever I obviously don't know what I'm doing. But I'm not as frustrated as I was about before. Like, fuck, I had no idea. Says what even. What I wanted her to look like, the curly eyes. I know what I want now. It's just. It's gone from I know what I want to knowing how I want to do it as well. This is. But it's still doing it how I know that I want to do it without it looking rough. You know what I mean? Like I want to get it right. I don't like. I'm doing this now. I'm getting annoyed at it, but I am quite happy to keep spending this time as long as I eventually get to one I'm happy with. Now this could take me months today, just finding me at her I like. Once I get it, once I do it once, this is with me. I'll be sorted for the rest of it. I'll probably try bits here and there, but the most difficult part is my own perfection, as you says before. Your own worst judge. And that's true. I'm just gonna watch a lot more tutorials. I'm gonna watch a lot more tutorials off saying just her anything with curves, see how they all do it. Just watch texturing. If I can find any, just watch how a fishing bowl becomes a nice shiny glossy hair with the strands in, even though there's no topology whatsoever. Anyway, I'll stop here. See you next time. Even though we had no progress, but see you next time.